another episode for the Guide the Youth Initiative. I'm really excited to be the one hosting it right now. And the most exciting bit of it is the guest I have for this show. It's really, uh, and it's really amazing. I mean, it's really amazing. Yeah. Um, this guy, I've known him for quite a long time, and really, he's the way he does his things really inspire me a lot. And as the Guide the Youth Initiative, we thought maybe he could share his ideas and what he thinks youths can do to prepare for their life, to prepare for their future. So I have with me Steven Bugembe. Has really done a lot of things. That is to say, it's has been in politics. He's an accountant, and the most exciting bit of it is like this guy, is a public speaker. He does farming. There is some Mondays that is not in office and is in his boots. And this kind of youth that you think he could be somewhere enjoying his life, he's actually doing some things that youths aren't doing. So we thought it could be really amazing to invite him to come and share with you what he thinks. Why does he choose to do that? I mean, he would have, liked to live a posh life and all that, but yeah. So you most welcome, Mr. Stephen.
Thank you.
I really like the way you're dressing. It's really, we culture. Yeah, so you're most welcome, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Regan. I'm extremely humbled and honored. Actually, I think it's the Almighty God that is doing this. I'm humbled that today Guide the Youth Initiative chose it right to also come and share a little portion of my story. And I'm thankful to the Almighty God because He's actually taking me to places, I think.
Yeah, really, that's exciting. So to dive into this, I've known you for quite a long time, Stephen. You've been in farming. I like your farm. You have piggery farming. You do poultry. I mean, you're still young. We graduated, I think. Just if it is not really that a big difference, I think it could be the same year or you graduated earlier. But it is something that is really inspiring. So why do you choose to do that kind of you in poultry, you've done piggery, you still have that farm, you an accountant, you've been in politics, you contested for the LC5 position the previous elections. So what has motivated you to do that?
Thank you. Maybe once again, Steven Bugembe is my name. A very proud Muganda, and I love the Lord, and I'm a Christian. Accounting is my profession, like he has said, and recently I'm also finalizing also another profession in education, and very many other things. Not very many, but like he has said, Doctor, there are those other things that I'm also in line with. Maybe to start of who I am right now, because you were saying actually, I think it was a year before, I think.
Yeah,
the graduation,
likely.
it was the year before. And my life has not just been, my life has not really been a smooth life. I am born of one gentleman and a beautiful lady. My dad is called Makumbi, and my mom is called Rachel. She's also now called Mrs. Makumbi. Yeah, I came from that average family. It is a family of actually two proud teachers. They are both teachers by profession. And I must say, they have also contributed because they have mentored and nurtured us into the persons that we are right now. Life has not really been a smooth ride. I remember I had my primary times, and it was a fair ride. When I joined my secondary, my nature, I used to actually seem confident, but deep down in my heart, I was never confident. I was doing things on the surface, seeming that I'm confident, but in the real fact sense, in my heart, I never felt confident about them. And that is especially in my O level. I think the first time I was given responsibility to be the head of the complex. Complex was the entire O level wing. I don't even know where it really came from, but I was that one prefect who did nothing. Yeah, I did nothing because I was a coward somehow, somewhere. But when I come this side, I pretend to be the very confident boy in the image of the stakeholders, who are the teachers now, by then. But I ended up doing nothing. At the end of it all, that is my O level. Actually, I don't know the right, I think it was being a coward somehow. Actually, I even feared commanding or directing someone to do a given responsibility or fulfilling a given duty that they had to accomplish. And that was my O level. And I was living O level in Form 4. My dad told me, "You're going to come back to this school." In my heart, I didn't want. But why am I going to that bit of it first? Because I remember the time I was going back to Ndeje in Ruero is the time I made my first resolution never to be a coward again. The version of me in my O level and the version of me in my L level was completely a different picture. I made up my mind.
So you made up your mind.
I just made up my mind. I woke up. Yes, I wanted to go to SETA those days because I knew actually my dad was a good friend to the proprietor of the SETA schools. Yeah, and I was like, I'm going, but he was like, no, you're going back to Ndeje. And that's when I decided to make up my mind when I just reported like this for my senior 5. And I made up that mind. I'm never going to be a coward.
Yeah, that's
Because,
really nice.
you know, when we are youth, there are a lot of things that we go through. There are a lot of things I really may not share right now, but I was a coward in a way that I was more of an introvert. Yeah. But I made up my mind. So it was just my mind. Little did I know it through that decision I made in my Form 5 to never be a coward.
Yeah, Honorable, I really like your statement. You said you made up your mind.
Yes.
You know, it is something that is really important in our own decision making. Because if we don't make up our mind, if we don't take that decision, I think it is really impressive if people can take that. You know, if you want to change something, just make up your mind. Be like, I'm not going to do this again. I want to change to this kind of life. Yeah, I think I just wanted to supplement on that.
Yeah, that is actually very, very true because that's why I decided to start with that story because I realized that on the voyage of my journey. Actually, I'm realizing more of that right now. By that time, I didn't know that actually that decision I decided to make was going to be a wonderful stepping stone for me in the future. I'm just realizing it now that actually it was just the mindset. I was not certain of what was going to come next. I was actually not even sure of what was going to happen next in this decision. Long story short, I was given responsibility. Again, I was the general duties. I was the judge of the school, the chief judge, etc. And I was another version of who I was. Even the comments were coming out, actually, this man has now changed. And it was another different version. Yeah. So, long story short, we went through HSC and what? Now, senior 6. Senior 6 VAC. I used to listen to one man, Denzel Washington. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
think
that.
you've had some motivation talks
Definitely,
of his
definitely.
quotes.
Yes,
And
yes.
Denzel Washington had this favorite quote that there's no passion, there's really no passion in being found playing small.
Wow.
There's really no passion in being found playing small. This this quote really always triggers me from then up to now. Yeah, it really triggers me. Like, we need to question ourselves as the youth. Like, there is really no passion. There is no confidence in it. Yeah, at times we might actually try out different things, and maybe the things don't really work out like we might have planned
Yeah.
or might have wished it.
Is it the same as saying staying in our comfort zones?
In staying in our comfort zone,
In a-
exactly.
yes,
So
yes.
that is why there is no passion in that. There is no passion in being in your comfort zone, doctor. Yeah. So we as the youth, we need to always fight hard, not to play small. Let's always try hard, like you've had. Yeah. I had, of course, my accounting. That is after back I joined, I went to university. Still, I was given responsibilities. By then, I think I was the Minister of Finance, but there was no money.
So you
There was
almost gave up, eh? You almost gave up.
Actually, there was no money there, but people used to actually look at you and think, this man has money actually. But actually, there was no money. And what had to happen? You have to use that position you are in to create more opportunities. You give yourself a personal brand.
So that happened when you made your decision. You made like, I don't want to be in this comfort zone. I
There's
don't
no-
want to play small.
There's no playing small.
So when you went to university, there you were given some responsibilities. However
Actually,
much they weren't paying you, but you gave it your best.
Actually, I was going to contest for guild president.
Wow.
I was not even certain
Wow.
of
which
what was
university
there.
was that?
That was UCU Mukono.
Oh, wow.
Deep down in Mukono.
By that time, people power wasn't around.
People, people power wasn't around. But
Okay.
I ended up in the finance post, and there was no serious money like it seemed to be. But you had to use that opportunity or that position God has placed you in
Sure.
to, create opportunities that are going to create better and better opportunities for you. So as the youth, we always need to look forward to using our opportunities. Our opportunities. Those are, I'm just giving a preamble of some of those things specifically. Yeah, after campus, you graduate, you get your degree as an accountant. Yeah, we together. Yeah, and there's that prestige, and or somye chitabo, or
So,
maze.
Steven, after you having that degree, accounting is something big in
Yeah.
Uganda. We look at accountants as big men. I thought you could feel proud of that. I know you do, right?
Very much. I
But
do feel proud of being an accountant.
I want you to tell the youths watching us right now, why did you choose to do agriculture? I mean, why didn't you specialize and you be like, let me just do this for the rest of my life, and I just don't need to do agriculture for what? I mean, agriculture is for poor peasants. I mean, I don't know. I just want you to make that clear that it does not mean like it's all going to be on your professional career. Can you look at some other things? Can you look at the skills? Like you've been serving in different positions, I mean, free of charge. You mean it has been adding something value to you. So I want you to make it much more clear. I mean, why did you decide to go to agriculture? And I mean, I want you to make it much more clear.
All right, thank you. About that issue generally, actually, agriculture, how did agriculture start? Just take us back a little bit. When I was still at university, I think in my second year, I had one old lady, actually, who used to help us wash clothes in our simple hostel. And this lady, she was just in the neighborhood. And one time, I don't know how, she actually came and told me with a good friend of mine called Patrick Chitamwesi. Actually, I think he's also now into metal fabrics right now. He graduated also. And the lady shared with Chitamwesi that I have a piggery project, but actually I'm looking for some other people to partner with so that actually they can bring their pigs, they buy the food, are we there? They buy the food actually, and I'll look after their pigs. So, long story short, we went in for that business actually, and it was.
By then, did you have the capital?
I did not have the capital. Actually, I was still at school, But what happened, I called my big sister because the piglets were going in for 70,000. Yeah, I had some cash on me, and she sent me a top up of 50K, and we purchased the piglets. Kitamwesi got, I also got one. In the long run, I think it was 3 weeks down the road, the piglets were not looking nice and healthy. So my friend Patrick Kitamwesi decided, and I was like, you know what? I think we should change. Yeah, we should change this and sell these
quit.
pigs. We quit. Yeah, in my mind, I didn't have that thought. I was not buying the idea. But he seemed like he really wanted this to happen. Ochitege, ngagamba nze bintu kireka obutebunyirira ate mbadde manyi after this 1 month we are going to sell them off and get some money.
Yes,
But actually it was not the case. Bwali bwakona. And he wanted to quit. What I did, I pretended to be the person who is going to buy the pigs. Yeah, I told him actually I have one friend of mine. No, I told him my sister. My sister has a piggery and she wants to buy them, and she's willing. She's willing to just give us 100,000
So here
since they're
you
not
are,
looking
you
nice.
are pretending you don't want to lose the business.
I don't
right?
want to lose the
I
business.
like the attitude.
True, I don't want to lose the business.
I like the attitude. Yeah.
So I pretended to be the one having the person. So what I did, I got the 50, and then some other 50. I gave him the money. So I brought the money on board. That is actually we're finalizing second year. I gave him the money, the 100K. So he gave me back my 50, and he also took his 50K. So the equation was a win-win situation.
I hope he's not going to listen.
Actually, he's aware.
He's aware. Okay.
After it was 4 months,
Oh.
and the pigs were really looking healthy.
Wow.
Yeah, I took them to some place. My dad had some land somewhere, and it was idle. So I told him I can fix this somewhere for a short time, and pola, you can survive. I took them, and after some 4 months, I think, they were looking very healthy.
So currently, that piggery farm is still running.
The piggery farm is still running, actually.
So
It
you started
from-
with how many pigs in the first
There were those 2 pigs.
Wow.
And when I brought the 2 pigs, so the big man also said, let me also bring one.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's your dad.
So he also said, let me bring one and start up this. And in the long run, actually, we reached a number of over 70. And even in our area, people can testify.
Wow.
There are times where I used to supply.
So I like
Supply.
your parent was really strong in this. He supported you, right?
He was very supportive.
Yeah, that's very
He
true.
was very, very supportive. So that is what I'm saying. I used that opportunity that I had someone who is supportive. So sometimes the youth, we really have these opportunities, and maybe so sometimes because we try out something for the first time, it fails, and we quit, which is not the good thing. We need to keep using our opportunity every time. Try to use the opportunity. Seek for the opportunity that is on board. Like the also public speaking thing. The first time I tried out MCing, it was at a function. It was a family function. And we got this one person whom we did not know. I don't really remember where he was got from. Yaja na MC ngomukolo. But abantu nga si basanyufu. I don't know why. People were somehow, somewhere not happy as he was MCing. I don't remember his name. But he was a big, chubby guy. Almost my size or bigger. He looked funny, but I don't know. I think the flow was not good. In my mind, in my heart, actually, I got this feeling of I can do this. I can do MCing. I can go out and talk. Remember, I was this one introvert, but now I'm going and having exposure of being an extrovert now.
Wow.
But all what I can reflect, it starts with the mind.
Yes.
It starts with this mind. So one time I get the mic. It was another event. It was a family gathering, a kasiki of a great cousin of mine. I talk. People are happy. I think, hey, so this can also happen.
So isn't that reflected to your gift?
A gift, a
Yes,
talent.
Yes, a talent.
Yeah, actually, it could be a talent. But on the other side, to be honest, I didn't know it's a talent.
Wow.
I didn't know that I can actually go and speak and be confident.
Yes.
It just went on in the long run.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, actually, I can do this.
Yeah, I think I like your point on Steven, because first you made the decision you made that decision. I think that decision came from reflecting on yourself, right?
Yeah.
You reflected on yourself, you're playing small. Then you be like, okay, I make up my decision. Then you used all the opportunities that came before you to explore more of you.
Sure.
Because if some of us could be like, man, even I don't have a talent because I can't speak, I've not spoken before, but I like your attitude. You just went your whole and you tested these waters and you saw that you could actually do better. So to sum it up, to finalize,
Yeah.
many youths are going to watch this program, and there is something that you could give your fellow youths. There is some point, there is something. Okay, if I could say, what could you tell your young self? Or what could you tell yourself as of now? I mean, like the way you told yourself sometime back in your secondary school, be like, no, I'm playing small. Right now, what can you tell yourself which could be used by other youths that are listening to this program? To summarize it up all.
Yeah, okay. What I can tell my fellow youth is that many times, many times, we question our capabilities. Sometimes, actually, people mistaken me to be someone who is really very old, uh, just due
Because of
to
your voice,
not the
your
voice,
size.
but okay, the size is also an element. But sometimes the things I do, yeah, sometimes the things I do, I've been given a responsibility, some which I also personally question. I'm like, ate lwaki naye kyonna kisobola. But the mindset is something very key. But to my fellow youth, I think we always need to think outside the box. You know that old saying whereby there were 9 dots, those 9 dots. I don't know if you played that game.
Yeah, sure,
Nine
I think I
dots, you
did.
have to connect with a straight line.
Yes.
And the only way you would actually connect these 9 dots was to go out, outside of that line and then go back. Yeah? But if you try to connect in a straight line, in a proper line, things may not easily or properly work out. But if you go out the box, you easily connect with it. So I think we should always strive hard to think outside the box. You know that saying also that uh, striking does not make sound until it strikes. It first strikes and then the sound will come after. So we should always look forward to doing great things and not really giving up on what we think. Listen to your heart. Many times, even up to now, I question myself. Okay, there are things I'm doing. Yes, I'm doing the accounting. I'm into now the education sector also. I always question. I'm like, okay, where should I? What should be my what should be my major area of emphasis? But diversification is also not bad. Let's try to diversify as much as we can. Even the Bible says it clearly that we need to bear the yoke in our youth. Let's just try out different things, okay? Wobulira mutima gonga, you feel you can do something, don't shy away. The time I decided to contest for LC5, everyone was questioning, naye ng'okyali muvubuka muto, onaasobola okukola bino ebintu, will you handle this stress? Will you handle even just the pressure of being on a ballot paper? But yes, I went through it. We're over 17. I marked that as third. And
Wow, wow, wow.
I know there are greater things ahead. There are always greater things ahead. So as the youth, we should always find no passion in playing small. There are very many things that actually affect our lives. Sometimes we feel small. We feel really small of the things we are doing. We end up into isolation. We end up into drugs, into alcohol, and a lot of things. There are youth who find passion in having women. There is really no passion in that. Yeah. What of find one and settle with that one and try to build a future with them. Yeah. Let's try hard to think out of the box and be positive. Like the Muganda man said, emiti emito gyegigumiza ekibira. To the young ones, as the youth, just know one thing: the world needs our talents. The world really needs our talents, and let's try to use what we have to explore our talents. Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Steven. It has been a pleasure. Yeah, to our viewers, it's really an amazing time that we've been with Steven. Steven has shared his life, the decisions he took. What do you do today? Which decisions are you taking right now? I always tell myself that the greatest resource our country has is not in big men. No, 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 no. Our greatest resource is in the young generation, the mindset of the young generation. So I hope this has been very positive to you. If you think you've learned something, please share to your friends. They can learn, they can be motivated to diversify, try out those things and know where your passion is. Then share on all on your channels, as well as like our YouTube channel, and subscribe. We love you so much. This is the Guide a Youth Initiative, Words of Wisdom. Hope to see you again. Ciao, ciao.